All right, so let's get right into this video. This is going to be part 2 of my toolbox tour. Since the last video, I actually got quite a few new tools as well as some new equipment. So I'd figure I'd give you guys a little update on everything new that's going on, as well as some future changes that are going to be coming as well. But anyways, the outside's got some minor changes. Most of the changes are going to actually be inside the toolbox. So let's start on this side. Not much has really changed here. So everything's still pretty much in the same place with the exception of my actual little organizing trays in the box up there that I moved up there. And then I left the spray cans down here more open and exposed for easier access. One thing that I did forget to mention in the last video was that I installed these magnetic strips that I got at Harbor Freight. I got one there, and I need to install that bottom one there. But I ended up getting these lower control arm hooks. I don't have a place to put them yet, so these magnetic strips come in handy because it lets me put tools there until I figure out where I want to put it or what I need to rearrange when it comes to my toolbox setup. So I also got the vevor drain and fill transmission pump. I have a manual car, so I needed something to do that transmission change. And I do plan on getting an actual flush kit so I can actually do more transmission work for other customers as well. But I'll put the link in the description for that one if you need something to just do a quick drain and fill or just change out that fluid real easy without doing a flush and breaking anything down inside the transmission that might cause it to slip, especially if it's got high mileage. But let's come over here. Got my tool cart from Harbor Freight. It was on sale. I think I got it for like 50 bucks. And I also got my Craftsman screwdriver set out here on the Olson Magnetic screwdriver organizer. And then talk about that transmission pump that I got. They do send you a pretty good set of adapters. So it comes in nice. I also got the Hyper Tough magnetic mat, and I'm going to be doing a comparison video with the Hyper Tough and the Icon mat as well, just to see what the differences are. I know that this one is going to not be as high quality as that one, but it's something that I think could be helpful and useful, especially because I don't think anyone needs to be hanging extremely heavy things on these things anyways. It's cool that they can do it, but I don't really see much of a need for something like that personally. So down here, I got my Suck and Go 3000 promotion knee pads. I actually have terrible knees from the military, and I'm tired of them hurting all the time, so I ended up getting some knee pads. Take care of my body a little more. I also got the Daytona crossbeam for the floor jack. So since I got the 6-tongue ones, figure I might as well get that as well. Girlfriend has a truck, so I'm going to be using that to change out her brakes and her drum brakes as well. She does have drum brakes in her truck. Not looking forward to that. But anyways, that's pretty much all that's changed on the outside. Not much besides just the new equipment that I got that I'll be posting the link in the descriptions for. So let's start with this top drawer this time. And this one, this side for the most part is going to have all my 12-point sockets with the exception of this set here. And then also the specialty sockets, which is going to be the triple square, the Torx, and the hex. But anyways, so I don't want to say that I have brand loyalty, but wherever I can get my tools, if they're good and I'm able to like warranty them out, that's where I'm going to get the tools from the best. Some of them are going to obviously be things that I need to call in to get a warranty replacement, but I wanted all my ratchets to be the Icon brand because I can easily go to the store and swap them out. And then I have these Matework ones from Amazon that I got, and they were about 2.5 pounds off from like actually being accurate, which it's not great, but again, it's better than nothing until I get some decent actual torque wrenches. And I just keep in mind whenever I torque stuff down that it's going to have that variance, so I adjust the foot poundage to meet that criteria. So these are going to be the Pittsburgh 12-point. You know, I like this because it lets you take off axle nuts whenever you're working on vehicles, especially if they have the 12-point setup. Now, this 6-point set right here is from Westward, and I got it from Zorro. Funny story is, I didn't need them. I saw them, and I thought it was a bit of a unicorn, and I decided to get them because I have personally never seen half-inch drive deep chrome sockets in 32 millimeter. And this is essentially what you would get, from an impact size, which is, 22 millimeter moving forward for the most part. in deep impact, but I got this in deep chrome. And again, probably never gonna use them, but nice to have them. And then these 4 rows right here, so from here to here, are going to be all Tecton. Oh, sorry, here. From the chrome to this lower section of chrome is all Tecton, 12 point. If I can get these things back inside. But so these 4 rows are Tecton. These are going to be the 1/2 inch drives. And like I said before, everything that's blue is 1/2 inch. Everything that's green is going to be 3/8. And the black ones are going to have the yellow 1/4 inch sockets. Also does not make yellow aluminum socket rails. I wish they did. And then the red one is going to be all these specialty sockets, which again is going to be the triple squares and such. I did mess up though. Quick little segue. And these are the e-torques. I put them on the green rail when they should have been on the red rail because they're different sizes as well. And it's what I would consider a specialty set, not necessarily something common. But anyways, back to this side. If we move down from the Tecton side, I have my 12 point from Sonics. So, and their set does claim to be a no skip size. However, yep, this is a 20 millimeter. It's from Capri. It does skip the 20 millimeter on both sets, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, so this one's from Gray Pneumatic. And while you can call Sonics, they'll send you a replacement set or replacement sockets to make it a complete set because it does claim no skip. They send you 6 points once instead of 12.1. So I decided to be like, no thanks. And I just ended up buying those 2 sockets separately because I didn't need to have just a random 6 point set on 20 millimeter for both sides. So this is going to be Capri, 3/8, 12 point as well. And as I mentioned, Sunnex right here, this is going to be Capri as well. And then the 1/4 inch stuff is going to be from Gearwrench. As you can see, it's color coded yellow, but again, the rails are black, and I just felt that black and yellow would be a nice little offset, and then red on red for this ones. And these ones are also going to be from Capri. This is going to be their hex set. And then this one's going to be Craftsman for their torques. And then for the triple squares, I actually have 2 different ones. This one is going to be Carbine. And then I have Titan as well. There is a very, very slight difference in height between the Carbine and the Titan. And I went with the Carbines because they were a little shorter, but kept the Titans as well. I also have my short ball hex ones from Powerbuilt. So painted them red. They'll be in a red rail as well. Then I got all my adapters right here from Icon, and I got this one from Etsy, and it just labels everything, makes it easy to see which one I need to grab. And this is going to get reorganized in the future whenever I get a better setup for my extension set. Then I have my swivels from OSA. Then I got my little spinner handles from Tone. Can attach these to ratchets, 1/2 inch, 3/8, 1/4. They didn't have it in yellow, so I got it in pink. Then more little adapters, for sizing. And then this is going to be all my Icon oil filter sockets. So coming to this side, 6 point stuff. This is going to be from vevor. Yeah, vevor. I had a set of these before. It was great. They finally started wearing out, so I decided to just get a whole new set and replace that one. But I don't do a lot of like heavy impact work to where I need a high quality set for this size impact stuff. But it's nice to have the 6 point stuff when I do need it. So went with vevor, got them from Home Depot, and they got delivered pretty quick. This is going to be OSA, yeah, OSA tools with my deep impact sockets. And then Icon, 1/2 inch. And this is going to be, what is this? Mixed power, I think. Yeah, mixed power. And these are the protective sockets. I wouldn't use this with an impact gun. Definitely use them by hand. As you can tell, they do take a little bit of a beating, but I'm going to start using everything with hand tools when it comes to this ones to break stuff loose, but still keep those wheels protected from scratches. So I do need to get a better set that can handle the actual use of an impact gun. That way it makes the job so much easier. But for now, I'll use this on customers' cars to prevent any damage to their rims. Then I got my 1/2 inch Astro swivel sockets. So if I can get these things back in, man, I'm struggling today. And then I have my EP Auto standard impact sockets. This is a great company. They make really good tools, still made in Taiwan, and they're definitely much more affordable than Icon. And you actually still get a pretty good warranty on these. But these ones are not road stamp, which is where you get to save some money. And then more Icon stuff here. The Astro 3/8 is going to be there. And here I have more Icon. The E-Torques from Icon as well. And then I have these 6 points impacts in 3/8, and these are going to be from Gray Pneumatic, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Gray Pneumatic. Same thing with this one's Gray Pneumatic. And then I got all my 1/4" stuff again from Icon. So that's pretty much it for this top drawer. And then going down, I'm just going to go down this side, and that side, make it easier. So not much changed here besides making more space for things. I got my digital tire gauges, tape, some pens and Sharpies, my little cardboard cutter box blade and scraper blade, thread depth gauges for brake pads. Then I got my fueler gauges. Never used them, but I have them. I think they were a gift. Extra blades and both of my tire depth gauges. So this is from Jayco, and then this is from, I forget, Milton, I think. Yeah, Milton. Yeah, made in the USA. So, and then same thing, Jayco here, and then the Merlin one from Harbor Freight. This drawer got a pretty big upgrade. So I ended up putting all my uh, keys here for Torx, hex, ball hex, metric, and standard. So that's back here now. Then I got all my impact grade bits right here. Then I got channel lock pass-through ratchet for all the pass-through sockets here. It does skip sizes, but it's nice set, pretty complete for the most part. I also swapped out my old bolt and nut thread checker. It was in a little foam case, and it felt pretty flimsy, and the tolerances were pretty sloppy. So I went with this one. I'll post a link in the description for this one. It's got much tighter tolerances, and it feels way more durable, being that it's all aluminum as well. And it does have a little measuring rule. It comes in both fine and coarse thread, standard and metric. So a nice variety to test a whole bunch of things out. Then I have my Icon set here for the serpentine belt kit. So it's got all the adapters and the crow's foot. Then I have my carbine. This is all stubby right here now. Carbine Torx Plus. So, and it does have a little stud, holds it in place, but it's also magnetic. The OEM tool tray, I'll put a link in the description, is magnetic. And if you stagger your sockets, you can fit them all perfectly and be able to like have another way to set them up for the stubby side. So, and then I got my triple square ones, and these are going to be from Toolant. And then these are going to be from Quesoman, the Torx. Yeah, Quesoman or Castleman, however you want to say it. But that's pretty much it for this drawer. Moving down, this one has not changed very much. I am going to be getting a thermal imaging tool as well, so I can check, hot spots on vehicles. But I want one that's standalone, not one that's connected to an app, just because I want to be able to use it whenever I want and not be like locked into an application that lets me use it and all that. So hammer drawer, nothing much has changed here. So then here we go with the extension drawer. This is going to get a completely different layout in the future. I like the organizers, but I want something a little more low profile and a little better. Something looking like a modular tool widget setup where I can just put the pegboard set up at the bottom and then be able to like insert the actual holders for the extensions in and keep it more low profile. But Tecton, Aries, EP Auto, Gearwrench, and I've got them in the regular impact, regular chrome, swivel, and locking. I also have some locking swivel um, coming from Capri, I think today or tomorrow, and then I also have some of the Titan, I think, swivel um, joint extensions. So I'll be making a video on those as well. But that's pretty much it for that drawer. My wrench drawer got a pretty big upgrade. I think I had 3 or 4 sets last time, and now I'm up to 8. But I got the Boxo thin spanner wrenches. I got the small Craftsman ignition wrench set, but this also come in handy for working in tight places inside like the dash and all that, where you might not be able to get a wrench or anything. This is great, and I like that it has a regular one and a 90-degree as well, if I can pull it out. So comes in real handy. Then I have my Tecton flex head ratcheting wrenches, and then the rest are Icon. And then here I have all my OSA regular wrenches. Then I got my Gearwrench indexing ratcheting wrenches. I'll put the link in the description for this set again in case you missed the video, but this is a discontinued set. Took me forever to find it, but somebody ended up getting a couple of sets. So if you want one, hopefully they still have some. My Capri 90-degree angle sets, and then I got my Nano ratcheting flex head ratchets from Duratec. I didn't need anything high end. This set works just fine. It's not like I use it all the time. 72 tooth, I believe is what it is. And it actually has a really good build quality, in my opinion, especially for something that I want to be utilizing in a low torque setting. If you're trying to break bolts loose that are super tight with this, or just any other general stubby socket set, you definitely need to get a better tool. But again, as my little statement goes, a tool is better than no tool. And then I got my SK dual paw ratcheting wrenches, and I'll be making a video on this one later on. But oh, sorry, nice to say. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this wrench drawer. And then my alien space organizers that I used as well. Plier drawer got a little redesign. So I used to have these ones actually, those plastic ones with the magnets at the bottom. But the spring-loaded pliers, like this one, popped out. I can put it back in. So anyways, so this little bracket holds them in place, and now I can close my drawer perfectly without them catching. And I like that it's got 4 wide sections for the wider pliers. And then same thing with this set down here. I'll put a link in the description for this one. And then the crow's foot organizers on this side, but that's going to get moved around as well. This is an initial layout that I have for the new stuff that I've gotten. Power tools are still practically the same. Nothing much has changed here. I am going to get some sort of organizer set up so I can organize these a little better and they're not just laying on the actual box. I like it when tools sit a little off the ground when it comes to power tools. Easier to grab and they don't get bound up against each other. I guess the only change is that I did color code the stuff on the tools because I have a color coding issue. Oh, same thing with trigger switches. So when it's in, taking it off. When it's in, putting it on. Makes it easier, especially when you're working under a car and you need to look. This top drawer got a little bit of a change. I ended up getting the 3/8 Astro flex head ratcheting bar here for all the nano sockets that I have. So that's been one new addition here. And then I also got this one from Easy Red, which is their bit and 1/4-inch drive flex head. And it was on sale on Amazon when I got it. Hopefully it's still on sale, but I'll put the link in the description for this one. Made in Taiwan. There are some people that said that it was made in China, but I think they were just gimmick reviews because I looked this up online and did some research, and yeah, it's made in Taiwan. So, oh, also, definitely get this set. I know I've talked about it in my other video, but this thing is a lifesaver. These wheel guide pins, and they're phenomenal when you're trying to put tires back on. Then my screwdrivers here, still got the Craftsman ones, but I also ended up getting the Vessel armor grip ones, and that's why I have the other Craftsman set over there on the OSA organizer to make room for this ones. So new addition was this ones right here. Nothing much has changed in the punch and chisel drawer. Everything's still practically the same. I am going to organize this a little better. I want to be able to put some other things back here, so I'm utilizing this space properly. And this one, it might stay in this drawer, or I might take it out and organize it differently, like maybe on the shelves or somewhere on the wall where I can have it look a little better, because I don't like this clustered mess of things just falling all over the place for my coolant test kit. So that's going to be something that I need to change as well. And then here, new additions is going to be this new brake piston compression tool. So it comes with the smaller plate for cars and then bigger plates for SUVs and trucks. I still have my other one that I'm going to keep, but I like the versatility of this one a little more. So I'll put the link in the description for that one as well. And then I rearranged this a little bit. I got to rearrange it so it's not so crowded either. And then I have my oil filter from Work Pro. This one's actually really good, and I like the serrated coursed teeth right here, so you can take those oil filters off that good old Pet Boys or Walmart installed, at 200 foot-pounds. Then I have my spreader tool for doing struts. So super nice tool. Definitely opens up that bottom uh, tower for the strut to be able to slip out easier. Electrical stuff, pretty much the same. I am going to get a test lead cable set. That way I can do more intensive electrical work. Before, I didn't have a lot of tools, mostly because if you watch the first video, I had a super small Craftsman toolbox and I didn't have the space to put all the things that I wanted to. But with this one, I'm able to actually do more automotive work repair. So I want to be able to have more tools for more repairs, be able to make more money. But electrical is something that I think a lot of people get worried about. Honestly, in my, not sure if this would be advice or tips and tricks, but get a set of coloring pencils, a pack of 12. And if you're doing electrical work and you're looking at wiring diagrams, just color the cables that are corresponding to the issue you're working with. That way you're able to isolate and follow that line a little better and know exactly where the connector or test points are going to be. And if you struggle with electrical, but you're good with hydraulics, just know that the hydraulic system works the same way as electrical. If you have resistance in electrical, you're going to get a lower voltage reading. If you have resistance in the hydraulic system, then you're going to get less power output, from that hydraulic setup. Same thing, if you have an open, you clearly can see it in the hydraulic system because it's going to be leaking, but it works the same as electricity. So if that makes it easier for you to understand, apply the hydraulic system terminology to electrical, and it'll make it much easier for you to understand. If you don't know how to do electrical stuff, honestly, just look up some videos, be able to do how to do voltage drop tests, like ohms testing as well. And then keep a little cheat sheet if you need to. There's nothing wrong. Electrical is one of those things that can be a little scary and overwhelming, but if you don't try, you're never going to learn. And if you need to, maybe go to a parts stores and ask them if they can let you have some other broken connectors, and you can compare them, see like what to look for, how to test, so you're not testing it on a customer's vehicle or, possibly doing electrical damage. I always tell people it doesn't hurt to ask, go to parts stores, ask for things that they don't utilize, break it down, understand it. Hands-on, in my opinion, is always going to be the best teacher. But anyways, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the second part of my little toolbox tour. Sorry if it was a little repetitive compared to the last one, but I did get some new tools. And again, if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. If there's something you saw that you want to know what the tool was or where to get it, definitely put that down there as well. On the last note too, I should mention that all the tools that I've gotten, I have never paid full price for. One, because I was in the military, so I get military discount. And two, I usually wait to see if there's any deals coming up or events where I might get a sale. So if you don't mind waiting, definitely go that route, and make sure that you get the best bang for your buck when it comes to tools. Anyways, aside from that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.